So recently there was a thread on Reddit that showed something very spooky, something I've never actually seen before. Apparently some guy spawned in his home world and behind him there was a copy of his own avatar. Very spooky. But here's the thing. His avatar was all pixelated because it was an imposter. So this dude's avatar was so poorly rated that his own avatar showed up as an imposter. So bad that even Tupper called him out on this, which I thought was pretty interesting. And he says there's an interesting behavior. This isn't an interesting behavior. This is one hell of a trend I've noticed, especially among trusted users. And according to the funny list, yes, this is very stereotypical of trusted users to hide all avatars, but use extremely unoptimized, very poor rated ones, especially crashers and stuff like that. This is extremely common with trusted folk these days. And let me tell you, it's some of the most cringe behavior possible. If you're going to use something so unoptimized, but then hide everyone's avatars like a bitch, you're just a fucking loser. Honest to God, people hide avatars to either avoid getting crashed or because their computer is so shit that they can't properly load an avatars and it lags them and blah blah blah, or they have connection issues. Well, I'm here today to help everyone optimize their avatars in a way you could actually play without getting crashed and one that actually, works. So let me show you what I have here. There's two steps to this. This is the first step, and I'm going to show you guys how I play. I play with all base avatars on. You see this? There's voice, avatar, icons, images, the drone. Everything else is off except animated emoji. Now, you may want to turn that off anyway because you'll see nothing but porn and gore, so it's probably not recommended. However, this setup is very important because you'll see it turns off animations and shaders. Now, normally particles and lights would be an issue, but there's a built-in particle limiter that effectively shuts out all, like, particle crashers these days. I think it's on by default. You could find it in the options if you want. However, it's probably on by default. But anyway, most people use shaders and especially animations. So shaders are obvious. I can't really explain much on that. It's just part of the avatar, but the custom animations is the important part, because anytime you see someone pull out a gun or pull out a sword or anything like that, that is a custom animation. You can have particles and shaders on, and this person will not be able to crash you if you have their animations off. So, what you could do is you could realistically just turn off particles and shaders and just turn off animations, and you'll probably never get crashed by these basic single target crashers anyway. So, this is what I recommend. I just say turn all of them off. Just turn off all three, because some of them are going to be obnoxious. Audio, I don't think is going to crash you. However, people join and play like 2 or 3 minutes worth of music. Yeah, it's just attached to their avatar. It's totally cancer. So maybe just turn that off. But if you use these settings right here, the only avatar that's going to crash you is like a world crasher. And those are exceedingly rare these days, especially depending upon the map you go to and depending like who you hang out with and what you do. If you're being targeted, then it might happen. But if you're not being targeted, if you use these settings, you're never going to crash. And folks, this is just one or two parts. I got the other one right here. Did you know there's more options to hide avatars? Isn't that something? You can do optimizations, and you could block an avatar based on its performance rating. So you see at the very top here it says block poorly optimized avatars. I obviously have it set to don't block because I'm fucking awesome, but you could set this to very poor or even poor, and it might even go down to medium, but if you set that to very poor, most of the avatars aren't going to be shown. And this is certainly better than playing robotchat. Like, robotchat is cringe. Like, come on, dude. Like, avatars are such a huge part of VRChat. You're just going to play robotchat like a loser? Especially if you're a deskie. That's just pathetic. Anyway, there's other two options below it. Download size and uncompressed size. Those are the numbers I have it set to, but I haven't messed around with that so much. 105 megabytes is a lot for an avatar, but you'll typically find that these are like booth avatars, really unoptimized like e-dater ones, like the basic bitch, e-girl, e-boy ones. So around 100 is pretty good. You could always lower it. Now, the maximum uncompressed size, I don't really know anything about that. Even if you put these numbers really high, you should just do something because it's better than nothing. This prevents something from happening like a mega cancer crasher just coming in and just killing you, I guess. All of these settings should always be set to something. Anyway, the next very important thing is avatar culling. You see that? Hide avatars beyond this distance. So, for example, if you have it set to like 20 meters, you will not see avatars past 20 meters. Now, 20 meters is a pretty sizable like distance, so I usually go around 20. It's pretty good. This is important, and this really helps if like someone joins, like, I don't know, like the black cat, and they're stuck at spawn. They immediately swap to their crasher, and say you're all the way at like the stage across the map. It's not going to get you. So you can set that sucker all the way up to 100 meters, and doing that is just certainly better than having nothing set at all. You guys should really use these. It totally helps. Now, with that being said, with these settings, like, you should avoid almost all crashers. Like, even me, I've been crashed like maybe 2 or 3 times in like the last 2 or 3 months, and they just happen to be questies. Speaking of that, apparently the questies have a way to hide their own avatar in a simple fashion. Like, I think while the avatar is loading, they like hold down a menu button or something. Don't quote me on that, but there's something like that. It is extremely difficult to self-hide on PC, so you'll never see PC VR people doing it, unless it's me, of course. Now, the other obvious exception are the deskies. Folks, if you see a deskie with the VRChat account, or like any rank, hide them immediately. They're not worth it anyway. I mean, come on. They're deskies. But if you can trust them, there is one simple thing you could do. You could click on them and then click on view avatar details before the avatar loads in fully and kills you. Make sure also in the avatar menu, while the avatar is spinning, make sure it's not facing you. Don't do that, because if it's got like one of those like stacked up nuke things on its face and it's spinning and it looks at you, it might even kill you from the menu, so don't do that. Anyway, you could look at the avatar performance details and see if it's got like 2 billion lights or something ridiculous like that. It's probably bad news. Don't show it. So you could do that before fully showing someone's avatar. But honestly, people, if you just use like the first set here, this should cover almost everything. Just use their base avatars and distance filtering. The likelihood of running into a lobby crasher is just so rare these days, and it's really not worth it. I mean, come on. You could either play robotchat like a fat loser, or you could maybe get crashed once a month or two. Like, obviously people target me. I'm being gang stalked like permanently. So obviously people hate on me, but like, you people, you're just random ass innocent people relatively, right? So it's not like anyone's going to be targeting you. And if you are being targeted like that, well, sucks to be you, I guess. But don't be like that cringe loser in the Reddit thread. It's like the pure hypocrite that hides people of his own avatar optimization. Like, if you use very poor rated avatars and you hide all avatars, you're literally like a hypocrite. You are your own problem. People using very poor avatars is why you get crashed or why you lag. And then you use very poor rated avies yourself? Yeah, you're just a cringe fat loser. Anyway, follow these instructions. Actually play the game like a real fucking Chad. And, yeah. Stay tuned to the other channel. There's a anti-furry video coming soon. Anyway, goodbye.